I think we will be ready to start in just 1 minute. Hopefully, everyone is doing a-okay today. Please let me know if the volume is too loud or too soft, and I will be sure to adjust it. So hello Ty, hello Pokemon, hello Boulder Stuff, hello Cogs, right? Hello Gideoneer, hello Sparksmaker, nice to see ya. Hello Alex, hello Goblins, I was not late for the record. Hello Dropped Frame, hello Dapsolute Zero, hello Mobile Armor, hello Wolf with Sword, and hello Ghoul. And Meridian. Hello Meridian. Alright, I actually do still have cheese. I just haven't had time to change over the redeem, or I really didn't remember till today. So, if you read the title, what we will be doing today is we are going to be working, one second, on getting our gambling addiction settled. By gambling addiction, I mean Twitch-controlled gambling. Okay, so before I begin, I have a question for you guys. Also, hello, Spooky One. I have an important question for you guys. How many sides does a octagon, or not octagon have? Sorry. How many sides does a slot machine have? Like, do you guys happen to know? Like, off the top of your head, without looking it up. Any guesses? It is in a box. No, it's not a box. 8, 12, 10. Alright. Hello, Mothman. Welcome in. No, so the correct answer is 9. Which messes me up immensely. But yeah, the correct answer is 9. So what we are going to be doing is we are going to be setting up a... That is the worst answer. I know, right? It's definitely a bad answer. Yes, so for the little slot machine wheel, there's like 9 different sides, apparently. And then I printed out several, because we're going to need several. Well, at least 3. So first things first, I think we're going to have to drill a hole in the dead center of this guy. What would you do if someone stole your hamburger at McDonald's? I would not eat a hamburger at McDonald's because I eat cheeseburgers at McDonald's. I think we thought you meant the slot machine itself. Oh, no. I mean... At least it means it's at least 40 degrees per face. I have seen a snack to mark the wheels with. Yeah, exactly. So we are going to use these to mark these... Or mark this down. We need to make this actually pretty dead center. Hello, Husk. Welcome in. We are just working on our little, we're starting a new project, and we are starting, hello, Stray Crow. We are starting on a slot machine. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to drill in the dead center of this guy. It should be 2.5 inches if I measured it correctly the first time. That's metric. It's 2.5 inches, I think. Did we abandon the shrimping device? So Ty, I don't know how to put a hole in stuff. I only know one way of doing it. Wait, is there a better way of doing it than just, like, drilling a hole? Well, I didn't know how to put a hole in it! What? Anyways, this is 2.5 inches. 1.25 inches is where we need to set this guy. 1.25, like right there. Alright. You can use a lathe. I don't own a lathe. You'll see when a drill bit and an object love each other very much. Exactly, Topocato. I'm glad that you understand. Boolean difference, a hole modifier, a subtraction modifier. What? Centering a hole is pretty easy. Okay, alright, I think we need to have a conversation in VC later. Wait, did I do something wrong? I hope I didn't do anything wrong. Yeah, please don't let me near a lathe. Wait, this is a printed part and you didn't design the part with a hole? Maybe. You know, I just have to make sure that this works ahead. hold on 1 second. Okay, we're good. We need to show you how to add holes. I would prefer, you know, maybe. Wait, so is there actually a better way of doing this? I feel kind of... Oh, sorry. Yes, no, yes. Yes, you model it with a hole in the middle. Okay, we don't need it all the way through. Okay, so I believe I measured this guy correctly. I assumed it was hollow. No, it's not hollow. It has some infill. Okay, this should be a really good fit. Okay. Okay. So this should... I used, did I use 15% infill? I'm not 100% sure. No, she's one of the 3 people I know who can think outside just print 100,000 variants because I don't know what a drill is. I feel like it's backwards. It's just a happy accident that this guy worked as expected. So again, I love how all the mechanical engineers are having an aneurysm. Exactly. You know, software engineers, we're vibing at the moment. We're like, oh yeah, you drill hole in approximate center and things work out. Look at this guy. Tell me that that's not beautiful. Tell me that's not beautiful. It's beautiful, okay? Anyways, so we're going to need to get a few of these mounted. I am going to go ahead and get the other ones. I'm in physical pain. That's good, Boulder. I'm glad to hear that you're in physical pain. As a software dev, you chose to do the physical thing and not a software thing. I mean, maybe. Cogs, you're not judging me, right? Guys, you would never judge me for this, right? But... Embrace the drill press. I do want to get a drill press. I actually know how to use a drill press. I'd actually be pretty comfy using a drill press. I just haven't gotten one. Ori, I'm screen sharing a 3D print slicer after stream to show you how it can be done in less than 2 minutes. Yeah, sure. Perhaps. Anyways, that goes approximately here. That's okay. What's the worst that could happen, guys? What's the worst that could happen? FYI, I'm judging and I have no business judging. That's for what that's fair. I mean, whenever ready, you drill it off center. Okay, I mean, I'll drill it how I drill it. It's good enough. Worst comes to worst, by the way, if these don't work, I'll just simply, I'll just, like, listen to what the mechanical engineers are saying. But I think it'll be fine. Surely it'll be fine. Remember, guys, good enough for production. That's how things work in this industry. And I need one more stepper motor, actually. 1 second. Okay. I've spent the last 3 days of my life making hole tolerances to be center within 20 microns. See, okay, Boulder, this could be like therapy for you, okay? This is a therapeutic exercise for you, okay? Like, you are drilling within 20 microns. I'm drilling within 20 millimeters. So, you know. We are the same. We are not the same. We are the same. No, this feels the most wrong I've seen in a long time. Wait, really? I don't see how, but if you say so. Hold on, it needs to be the other direction. Did anyone have anything exciting with their weekend? This is like exposure therapy for people who are afraid of the ocean. Exactly. I'm legitimately judging you for this. Guys, why are you judging me for this? You really should be... Ori, I'm not actually farming you guys. I'm not actually farming you guys. I wanted to see if it was possible first. You guys think I'm farming you? No, I'm not farming you. The first thing I did was, like, yesterday, I printed out one in advance to see if I could even get inside of the, if I could drill all the way through this guy. So I actually, like, I tried and I prepped for this a little, and I was able to get through it with the drill, so I figured it was fine. So yeah, anyways, you guys are just baiting me. You guys are just baiting me, okay? I get it. I get it. Oh my gosh, I want to scream, but it's 1 a.m. Well, why is it a problem to scream? Well, maybe I'm just better off eyeballing it. Straighten this guy out. Isn't this what streamers are for? Exactly. Guys, I'm here to entertain. Entertain, in theory. Okay. Let's just be grateful. Okay, the only reason I wasn't using chocolate is because I can't market with chocolate. And, dude, all the mechanicals here are just, like, rioting. Okay, it's fine, it's fine. It's fine. It's the part of streaming I may never get used to. I used to have a personal pet peeve about wasted effort. Oh, what do you mean by that? Husk? Should work. Uh-oh. Yep, we're good. You guys are worrying about nothing. Like, clearly that's dead center. Look at how well it rotates. I should have printed it and it's so off-center. Perhaps. Anyways. We are going to have to use multiple controllers. So, something that we pioneered last stream was a... not race or bearing hole, it will find its own center. Exactly. Exactly. To be fair, I don't think the center matters as long as the motor is doing the spinning. Exactly. What do you mean the lack of spin? Like, this is gonna be fine. This is gonna be fine. And straight into infill and no walls or anything around the hole. I have a finely honed spidey sense for parts that are running out, and if I saw that, I would be looking for stuff. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Listen. Listen. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. You guys just need to believe in me. You guys just need to believe, okay? Believe and you too can achieve. Also, hello, RPC2. What are we building today? Thank you, Xandria. Hello, Xandria. Welcome in. We are currently trying to build a chat-controlled slot machine. So we are currently working on the slot reels. And yeah. We are... They're kind of judging. People be a little judgy today. And that's okay. I'm willing to bet Ori's chats in these first 16 minutes are be higher than the cookie clicker experiment. No, it most certainly is not. I feel like I'm going to get a preview of what my chat is like. May as well be an author. Just people nitpicking grammatical errors to no end. I mean, that's fine. I'm not trying to. Dude, I promise you guys, I'm not trying to beat you. I honestly don't know what I can say to convince you guys. But no, I'm not baiting you. Oh, I can judge too. No. Xandria. We don't need to judge here, okay? This is what's known as a judgment-free zone, okay? Judgment-free zone. Ori, I would like to suggest making an electrical go-kart, but IDK, if you have the space for it, it would be about the size of a folding chair. It would be interesting. It's like on the border of what I would consider like doable given the space I have. But yeah, I'd be willing to maybe give it a try. The fact that she drilled into a 3D printed part instead of designing it around, that takes 5 seconds. You guys... You guys are gonna be really disappointed in me. You guys are gonna be really disappointed in me. You guys are gonna be really... Guys, I have a small confession. I have a small confession. I have a small confession to make. It's small. No. I found this part online. I don't know. I didn't download any software or anything. I just found this part online and printed it. I didn't even scale it. It just turned out right. And dude, instead of scaling it, this is gonna sound so stupid. Instead of scaling it, what I usually do is I just print it until it appears to be the right size on Vibes. Like when I was doing the coins, for instance, I tested it manually instead of like measuring. So yeah, that's why it was not designed. That's why it was not designed intelligently. It was because I found the shape online. Or I am literally shaking in my chair. Like, you say that. Like, you say that, but think of what we've been able to accomplish on this channel. Like, think of what we've accomplished, Alex. It's kind of impressive that someone who is so, you know, special is able to do it. Anyways, I'm gonna see if the warm bath is gonna fix... Oh, okay. Engineers will never understand the value of send it. Exactly. Wait, I'm an engineer, though. True project, proper engineering. Exactly. Think of all the fires that we've accomplished. Okay, realistically, how many fires have we started that we didn't want to start? Like, 2? 2? And how many fires did we not have under control? 0. So I think we're good. I think we're good. True as far... That's all as far as I'm concerned. My only complaint is just not adding the hole in. Oh, trust me, I fully under... Does the heat shrink count? Yes. Yes, yeah. So the 2 incidents of the fire... A fire is... Yeah, the fire on the popcorn was kind of borderline. Yes, those are the only 2 I know of. So I think we're good. Oh my gosh, my mouse is about to die. Oh no. Today's not gonna be a good day. The house has not burned down yet, so there's no problem with our course of action, correct? Oh, hey, Avo. What are you doing here, Avo? No, don't run, Avo. Avo, let's talk. Let's talk. Actually, Avo, you're software, right? Are you software? I heard fire. They are just... Chat's just being a little hysterical at the moment. Chat's just being a little hysterical at the moment. Don't mind them. Don't mind them. Okay, hold on. Need some scissors. Okay. But yeah. Oh, hello, Nicolette Dial. It's true, we are quite funny. She's committing war crimes and then calling us whiners about it. I'm not committing war crimes. You guys make it sound so bad that I just printed this thing on Vibes. By Vibes, I mean actual Vibes, not like... Not like AI. Just like pure Vibes. And then... You guys are just saying it's a war crime, apparently, to be myself. Also, I'm not rage baiting people, dude. Like, you gotta keep in mind, guys, that I like have to. Honestly, I would have been more amused if you had used AI to generate that. Okay. AI probably would have done a better job than myself. Oh my gosh, these are the wrong outlets. Okay. Skill issue. Diagnosis, skill issue. 1 second. Anyway, so I need a seesaw to cut this one down, or on an extreme. Like, I don't get it, man. Like, I try my best. Twitch chat psyops me. I try my best. Twitch chat psyops me. It's just one big psyop. 1 second. Okay. You're gonna have to start with explaining what. Remember, that chat deserves less. No, chat deserves everything, dude. Okay? Chat deserves everything. Also, what do you think we'll be gambling for, guys? Oh my gosh, that smells like chemicals. VIP? Cheese? Ooh, what if we do gamble? I say we Gamba for VIP rolls. Okay, so if we do Gamba from VIP rolls, you know, we have to... What are you going to use to drive the stepper? So we have these microstep drivers here. These are what we will be using. I'll pull up the datasheet later when we're getting this stuff all plugged in. But yeah. Although, by the way, there's a question, a personal question I would like to ask you, not on stream. Not on stream, but a question that needs answering. You know. Wait, no, that sounds even worse. Just FYI, roughly half of my rage at it is just drilling for jokes. Ori, did you send your daily memes? I thought I sent my daily memes, did I not? But yes, I will message you after stream. Sounds like Avo did something bad. Is this a question from yesterday? Yeah, this is a question I wanted to ask. Okay, okay. And of course, you're obviously free to decline it. I just have a feeling we have a lot in common. Like, I have a feeling that we have way more in common than you would think. I love every chat I go to, I find that I know half the chatters not well or personally, but yeah. I don't know how to drill holes. Well, no, that's not what I meant. You'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. Anywho. I haven't nailed your occupation. Are you an embedded software engineer? I'm a software engineer, yeah. I'm a software engineer, at least. I hope. You know, that's what they tell me. But they put me in a room, you know, with white walls and a white floor and a white jacket with no windows and just say work. And, you know, that's okay. That explains my life. There's an argument to be made about Ori in this. If only the walls are padded. The walls are padded, and so are the floors, you know? Just extra padding so I don't have to hurt. I mean, just so things don't hurt. Oh, fun fact, I almost got illegally called an engineer. What do you mean illegally? How does one get... I mean, technically you're not legally an engineer. Hurt? Well, not like actually hurt. At least the floor stopped spitting on you. Yes, that is true. Many people here I know from Saiteri, not Ellie, necessarily. Yeah. I feel like you guys are trying to bait me right now. But yes, the floor has been nice to me. It has not attacked me, which is good. which is good. Okay. Anyways, I was just taping these together so they don't get loose. We needed some slightly longer wires than what we had available, so that's why we did this. Okay. Let's see. And then I believe I needed to tape this one as well. Okay. I know way too many Canadian streams. What? Oh, wait, guys, I had a question. I had a question about you. Or, I had a question for you guys, okay? 2 questions. Or 3 questions. 4 questions. 5 questions. 20 questions. Okay. So, first question. Okay. Okay, so are VTubers supposed to be like idols? Like IDOLs? Or is that just like the original purpose? Because I was thinking about it. First answer is no. Second answer is no. Hold on, let me take a quick drink of tea. I oversteeped my chamomile tea. That's regrets. Still fine, though. Not inherently. That's where it originally came from. What do you mean by idol? Okay, so, like, typically, when I think of VTuber, No, you don't have to make a poll for this. No, I wouldn't consider them idols, but they do rely more on personalities. Yeah, like, the origin is, like, being an idol. Okay. I think it's originally, but not anymore, in TBH. I don't follow VTubers because I want to follow VTubers, but many VTubers just seem to be cool people. Oh, nice! Arkunzen. Wait. Interesting. Anywho, let us continue forward. Let me see if I can pull open a data sheet that we're going to need. Well, not a data sheet, more or less just an image. Okay, so the T, we are looking for the T as in Tom, B as in boy, 6600 driver. Okay, it's this guy. Okay. So, we are essentially going to have to take a look and get all of these wired up for our drivers and our controllers. I made sure to purposely, the things that really matter here and that I want to call attention to is if you look in the dead center here, you'll see the B-, B+, A-, A+, which are on pins 7, 8, 9, and 10. I made sure that those colors are matching to what we have over here, so we don't accidentally get the colors mixed up, because everything else is pretty straightforward. But yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead and get this guy in. We have 2 to get in. And again, we are kind of just doing some bulk stuff today. I'm not sure how long this project's going to take. I have a feeling that this project's not going to take us that long. But whenever I say that, you know, Sparks loses all their channel points, so maybe I shouldn't be doing that. What were the other 19 questions? Okay. Okay. The other question I had is, am I more of a cat or a dog? Because I was thinking about that today, for some reason. I mean, large VTubers also deviate more from the original VTuber culture because larger audience collab with things. Let me see. Micro-stepping is a really cool concept. Yeah, it definitely is. Dog, 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 dog. Pog. Pog. Wait, why do you guys think I'm a dog instead of a cat? How are you guys all able to converge on that? How are you guys all able to converge on that is what I wanted to know. Golden Retriever energy. You have chasing a ball energy? Oh, Pog. Alright, let's get this guy plugged in. Okay. A cat has a lot of self-confidence and independence. Sorry. I have independence. I have independence, guys. Guys, I have independence. I have independence, okay? I have independence. Also, another question that I had was, do you cook? Okay, Ori, where do you live? Okay, you're just... Okay. So you're basically asking me to dox myself. Just like... Did you just like... Literally no filter, just like, where do you live? You know... No, let me bait him, Oriana, when was the last time you cooked food you bought? I don't know, a few days ago? Anyways, I just need to screw this guy in. Life is rough, man. Okay. We are also going to have to do quite a bit of soldering today. Don't even know when she's cooked last. Excluding the grilled cheese, when was the last time you've cooked? Thinking. We're thinking. I have no idea. I honestly have no idea when the last time I was cooked, or when the last time I cooked that wasn't grilled cheese. Oh, jeez. How long is it? Wait, how long is it? How long is it? How long is that? Let's see. Because I didn't cook at all in that. I'm trying to think of... I'm trying to do math. I didn't cook at all in that either. Yeah, no, that kitchen was completely unused the entire time I was there. And that's another, like... 6 years? Give or take? Like, 6 years. 6 years was the last time I cooked. Not including a few days ago. I picked up an arbitrary Nema 17 from Amazon. Nice. I don't think that kind of stuff. They're definitely diagnosing you with girl failure. Pardon, 6 years. Yeah, 6 years, give or take. At what point does one learn to cook? Because I can heat meat until it's safe to eat. Can't make it taste good, though. I don't know, man. Anyways. Okay. This guy should be fine. Here. Next set. I mean, you guys are just a little judgy, right? Like, just because I haven't cooked in 6 years isn't, like, a bad thing. And also, thank you so much, Talarian, for telling me to hydrate and posture, because I really need it. I appreciate that. More than you know. Don't worry, Ori, I also don't know how to cook. How can you cook food? Yes, even cook okay food? Yes. Hi, hello? Do you need cooking lessons? I don't need cooking lessons. And also, don't worry, Arkin, you're not being annoying. Or it's not a bad thing if you're 10 years old and not 380... What? No. Don't do that. 384, though, is how old I am. Okay, let's go ahead and get this guy attached. But yes, Huss, do not do that for any reason, please. Ori cooks with stream ideas, just not pots and pans. Okay, used a device other than a microwave that did not make use... Sick. Okay. Yeah, that's 6 years. No, 5 years. 5 years? It's 5 or 6 years. It's one of the two. It's 5 or 6 years. We'll go with 5 years. 5.5 years. Final answer. 5.5 years. Final answer. Was it pre or post COVID? Pre-COVID. What life hack did you figure out to never have to cook? Okay, hear me out, Arkun. Hear me out. Okay, so if you actually if you eat at McDonald's every day and you choose your macros very wisely, you can actually meet your caloric needs very easily. And also on a fairly good budget. NGO. But, yeah, you kind of just eat at McDonald's every day. For the rest of your life. Smile. Also, hello, Jane. Welcome in. How are you doing? Too expensive? You say that, but it's like, what, $400 a month? Which I don't think is overly terrible. No matter where I eat, I can barely feed myself for 20 bucks. I would try to check, but TBH is more effort to order something than cook something. You say that, Gideon here. How quickly can you cook something? Let's dig down into that. Hold on. We're digging down into this. I don't know why I'm picking on you, Gideon here. No, like any, like, actual, like, picking on doing here. But how long does it take you to cook that meal? I'm doing good. How are you? Will this be certified by the Gambling Commission? No, most certainly not. Under 20 minutes to meal prep for 3 days. Okay, cool. So how long did it take you? How long did it take you to shop for all those ingredients? And if you're just counting meal prep, for 3 days for dinner, I'm not grasping. If you're just counting meal prep for 3 days, that's the equivalent of one day's worth of food, right? Order would involve waiting for an hour and a half. See, if you just drive in on the way in. McDonald's must be really cheap over there because I think eating properly would... Oh my gosh, that would be insane. She's doing... I'm not doing mental level gymnastics for this, guys. You guys just don't... You guys just don't. You guys just don't know. Hold on. Okay, so what else we are going to need? Let me see if I can zoom in on this guy. So we are going to need to set a common ground. Unfortunately, I cannot use a common actually, am I gonna have to have a common ground across the entire system? Hold on, I'm thinking. I'm sorry, I do admit we have to chat a bit too harsh. Existing entirely off of McDonald's for the rest of your life is a very sane and rational take. Thank you. At least you apologize. Anyways, so we are going to need ground pins for this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy. And then a connection back to our microcontroller. So I'm going to need 5 on ground. And again, the reason why I can't use a breadboard is because we are going to over amperage what we need. Okay. You get some PCB. Not PCB, perf board. How am I gonna get this guy cut? All right. All right, I forgot about that. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna cut this guy in thirds so we can solder it. Okay, Ori, if you're a McDonald's connoisseur, what's your favorite meal? I'm a big fan of the Royal Double TS with normal fries, weird cool thing that has raspberry taste. I go to McDonald's and I order the following: 2 sausage McMuffins with eggs, and 2 sausage McMuffins with egg and cheese, 2 hash browns, a large vanilla iced coffee, and an oatmeal. Oh, you eat breakfast only? I mean, that's... I eat only 1 meal to get all my calories. Ooh. It's a bit rougher than I would want. Or that's not enough calories. It actually is. It's 1,800 calories, to be precise, TopoCat. It's 1,800 calories, which is usually sufficient to maintain my weight, and as long as I'm working out, should be fine. Ooh. Okay, maybe not. Hold on. Was it just me, or was that menu missing vegetables? Okay, well, I don't like eating vegetables. How do you work out with that kind of diet? I would be way hungrier. I don't know. I just do. Stupid is as stupid does, is what I say. That's what I generally go with. Do you have your gym routine calculated out like that too? No, I just do it. So I have a... Again, okay. Hold on, let me see if I can sell you guys on this. Give me a second. It's not like a gym membership or anything. Don't worry, I wouldn't do something so crass in front of you. Okay. Okay, so hear me out. I kind of envy how efficiently you solved meals. For whatever reason, I can't just eat out. It makes me feel anxious. Exactly. Okay, so you get time, and then you have, like, it's timed out. You get a good amount of macros. You pay the food, and then it's just straightforward. It's that easy. Okay, so do I just want to use this? This is fine. I cooked everything, and the last time I ate out was over a year ago. Nice. Give me a moment. Tolling this guy up. Yes, chef. Okay, there we go. Alright, let's sand this guy down slightly, and then we'll be good to go. And then I probably should turn on the soldering station as well. Just so we don't, like, cut ourselves, you know? Okay, well, wait, what was the other thing? Okay, yeah, so for working out, by the way, um, so I'm kind of proud of this one, okay, guys? I'm kind of proud of this one. I think it is, dare I say, one of the most efficient things in the world. And I only say that partially jokingly. Um Rucking? What? No, no, no. Okay. So what I do is I have an exercise bike, okay? I have an exercise bike, okay? Okay. So I have an exercise bike. I'm able to exercise, right? Next, okay? I play VR at the same time. So I go into VR and I either hang out with friends or I just do something in VR, like play chess or something. So that's both socially efficient and it's something to do. So you're playing a game on top of it. And then thirdly, I will also AFK grind in other games. So like if when I was playing RuneScape, for example, I would literally be training on sand crabs using remote desktop on my VR headset. So I would be able to like train on sand crabs. I would be able to be in VR, socialize, and work out all at the same time. So yeah, I'm pretty cool. I'm pretty gangster. True gamer. Yeah, true gamer. Okay. Wait, Ori is actually minor and mirror dwelling and playing RuneScape. You sound like a mad woman. Congrats, Cookie Clicker. We got that ab game clicked in. Yeah, exactly. You just min-max it. We just always do a little bit of min-maxing. One question though, how do you convert? That's the best part, buddy. That's the best part, buddy. That's the best part. Guess what? Guess what? Look into my eyes. Look into my eyes. Guess what? Guess what? I know enough about VR chat avatars and integrations that I integrated in a heart rate monitor on my avatar. So I can see my heart rate whenever I want. And it's just like on the side of my chest. No problems. So I can make sure that we're always at a good RPM or a good heart rate, and then we make sure that we stay within zone 2 cardio. It is efficient. It is efficient. So yes, I'll take my Nobel Prize now. I'm joking, of course. Let's go ahead and start doing... But are you having fun? Of course I'm having fun. I wouldn't be doing it if I wasn't having fun. Then someone walks in with a Johnny Silverhand avatar and the BPM spikes. That is the saddest thing I've ever heard from a VTuber. Okay, let's be real. How often do you wash your VR gear? You wash the inserts every so often. I don't know. Like, it really depends. You wash the inserts, though. It's not too bad to clean your headset out. Okay. Oh, thank you so much, Cogs, for gifting a sub to Talierine. That is very much appreciated, but never necessary. But thank you. And then, wait, you're actually able to stay in zone 2 cardio. I usually go way too fast when running. Yes, so if you're on a bike, you can change the resistance to meet your zone 2 cardio pretty easily. So yeah. It's pretty good. And anyways, I'm turning on the soldering station. I recall someone asking if I know the joys of leaded solder, and unfortunately I do not. I only use unleaded solder. Which is, trust me when I say that's unfortunate. Okay. One second, where's the soldering stand? Do we need the soldering stand, first of all? Do we need the helping hands? Be useful. Yeah, I'd prefer if we had helping hands. Okay. Alrighty. Gasp, Gamba. Exactly, Gamba. At this point, I'm not actually impressed. I think Ori opened up my mind with an explanation of how she bikes VR chat and plays games at the same time. Exactly. Dude, you can play multiple games at the same time, too. It's called time-space efficiency. Time-space efficiency. Anyways. Leaded solder flows like wine. You are correct. It does flow easier. But, I also... You can't efficiency... That's where you're wrong, Buckle. Because if you have fun while doing it, and if you have fun being efficient and making efficient use of your time, you'll be happy. Or at least that's how I am. Okay, so I'm going to need some ground wires for this guy. So what I am going to do is connect this guy up. Do you ever slow down, take some time to be mindful? That's called the weekend. Counterpoint. Well, I mean, you know, maybe I shouldn't talk too much. Also, hello, Adam McRae. Yowie, what? I'm not. We've gone over this. I'm not. Anyways, I just need to solder these guys together for our grounds. The reason why I can't do this on a different solution, like a breadboard, is because we are operating at too high of amperage. So yeah, let's just go ahead and start soldering. No time like the present to start soldering. That's what the kids say, right? That's what the kids say. I'm a cool kid. I'm a cool cat. Don't psychoanalyze the streamer. That's okay. Feel free to do whatever you want within reason. Oh. What? Why did you just... Everything okay? Someone just, like, vanished into thin air. Blank blank every day, Snoop Dogg. Blank blank. Blank blank. Oh, I need to turn on my fume extractor. Okay. Apologies about that. Also, let me see if I could center everything a bit better. So get these guys out of the way, because we're not going to need them for a little bit. Okay. Let's get this guy connected. Wait, this streamer actually solders safety. So, Argazin, over the course of me streaming, I've unfortunately gotten better about this. But I started out not even, like, I wouldn't even pre-iron my soldering tip. I wouldn't, like, do anything properly. I didn't have a fume extractor for the longest time. You know, not my greatest of moments. Not my greatest of moments. But it's okay. Dude, that's one of the things I really like. I feel like I have the opportunity to grow as a person while streaming. Because, like, if I compare my soldering skill to what it was before I started streaming, like, yeah, I might be able to get a joint done correctly, but anything else would be, like, completely non-feasible. No, that would be Sparks Maker. Also, I am over-soldering this. I do want these to, unfortunately... I do want these to flow onto each other because they are going to be a common ground. So that is why I'm doing what I'm doing here, which is over-adding solder. There we go. Next, we have to improve your CAD skill. Yeah, perhaps. Better than Ellie just raw dogging leaded solder. There's no way Ellie did that. And also, technically speaking, the amount... I think someone's explained this to me. The amount of, like, lead exposure doesn't... Yeah. Lead doesn't have a safe exposure limit, by the way. Oh, I was about to say... I was under the impression that lead was a pretty high exposure limit. Is it true that if you are a smoker and you have to light a smoke with the solder, or is this just something my uncle did? I mean, you can. I'm pretty sure I could. And leaded solder is safer than lead-free. Okay, I feel like that is cope. That, in my opinion, is cope. That's like saying the toxic gas won't kill you because it's on the floor. Lead solder is not a hazard. It's because ROHS. I've looked it, and look how I've turned out. Cope harder, guys. Your cope is showing. Now, if you excuse me, I need to coat this can of gas in 1 inch of lead by hand. Exactly. Was in an enclosed box and got fume fever. Lead won't absorb the skin. You have to ingest it. You can inhale it, but it has to get really hot, up to like 800 degrees Fahrenheit. Luckily, I only solder at 675 right now. Good morning, Linted. Welcome in. I hope you're ready to see solder crimes against humanity, Linted. Okay. And again, I am purposely grounding these. I'm purposely shorting these on each other. This is intentional. Is there something copper can do with continual exposure against your skin? It can discolor it, I believe, but it doesn't have any negative health effects. In fact, I believe even some hospital doorknobs are like designed with copper because it's a fairly good like antibacterial or anti-germ thing. I'm ready for solder crimes every time I turn on the stream. That's good. Also, Linted, to be perfectly honest, that disgusted Pikachu face that you used to use... Hello, Sheeny, welcome in. That disgusted Pikachu face that you used to use has taught me more about soldering than anything else could have. Because you just do that whenever I do something, like, terribly wrong, and I hate seeing it. So that Pikachu face that Linted just sent, I hate that. And he just sends it every time I do something, like, terribly wrong. Yeah. Anywho. Time to get the soldering. Gatos. These just work. Honestly, I really don't have to worry until I'm on the last one. Okay. Nope, all torn down. Copper plates, push on ORs, 90s, and aughts hospital. They realized that it doesn't actually make a difference if people properly prep, so they stopped for aluminum. I'm sorry. Do you have a shelf with like dozen inventions that we make and you never see again? Actually, I only keep a few of the inventions, Jane. I usually deconstruct them once we are done. We are gonna need 6. And 1 will need to be a male to female. Okay. Okay. On the same note, is there any experiments you allude to as that one, the hippo one? Not a huge fan of the hippo experiment. That went very poorly. And chat still gives me a bunch of, not great stuff. I need... How much do you sleep, Ori? Can I optimize that for time too? So that's genetic. That is 100% entirely genetic. So, fun fact, Napoleon, for instance, I believe from historical documents, actually required less sleep than the average human, and then some humans in general actually required less like sleep to be rested. However, your number is basically your number, and that tends to slightly change as you both get older and when you start out super young. So when you start out super young, obviously you have to sleep a lot. And then once you reach adulthood, you generally peter out. And then actually, once you become a senior, well, actually, then sleeping becomes less restful, but that's neither here nor there. Okay. There we go. But yes, if you just want to be as efficient as possible for sleeping, I would just suggest that you follow proper sleep hygiene. So no blue screens in bed. I wouldn't bring your phone near your bed, personally. I'd use an alarm if you need an alarm to wake up. And yeah, you know, a nice cold room, a very nice cold room. Hold on. What if I told you guys, hold on. What if I told you my notebook has notes on this? Hold on. Okay. Hold on. My notebook has notes on this, on how to sleep. And you may be like, there's no way that your notebook has notes. Okay. There's no way. Okay. So, there you go. You want the fight insomnia one. So yeah, there you go. Just like screenshot that really quick. But yeah. Do not do that. Do not do that, Pokemon. Do not do that. Do not do that. Alarm, what about a shot collar to wake up? Do you have advice on that? Or experience? I have both. In fact, just Jane. Jane, I have experience with both. Aren't there like sleeping schedules that can help you sleep more efficiently? Is that just complete myth? So long as you are sleeping at the same relative time. What notebook is this? Oh, I just keep notes of things. And that is just a notebook I use. But it has notes on that. But as I was saying, hold on, need a bit more solder there. Come on. Don't be so stingy. Okay, there we go. Aren't there sleep schedules that can help you sleep more efficiently, or is that completely... Oh, also, I was supposed to respond to Jane's thing. Okay, Jane. So, I've actually made that device already. Let me tell you, okay? Let me tell you, that does not work. That device, making a shock collar wake you up, let me stop you right there, buddy. Let me stop you right there. I've already tried, okay? It did not work well. You feel like a prisoner. You feel like a literal prisoner, like under house arrest, because you're not going to put this on your arm. You're not going to put this, most certainly you can't put this around your neck. So you're going to put it around your ankle or your leg somewhere. So you like put it on your ankle, and then you're like, oh man, this is going to be so good. I'm going to make a little Windows command and a webhook and a Windows scheduler task to set my alarms every day. No. You know what happens? You go through all this effort, you spend money, you figure out how to use the Windows scheduler, you write your little batch scripts, you write your little scripts, your scripty scripts, and then you run it, and the first day, you realize that, hey, I don't like being shocked. And then you just wasted time and money. Ask me how I know. Yes? This was before I was streaming, by the way. This was before I streamed. Does not like being shocked. Wait, you don't like being shocked? What was last streamed? I don't like being shocked. Like, it's not good. It is not an experience I would seek out. What if you like being shocked, though? Then you're Krelly, right? I believe Krelly does. I recall something about Krelly and shocks, so I assume Krelly does. You know, if Krelly ever asks, I'll make her one. I'll make her a special little shock alarm just for her, if she wants one. I'll make it live on stream. I'll give it to her for free. She just needs to say the word. Or would you choose one shock or a full pack of crowns? Like, would I rather? Krelly doesn't like it. She just sounds like she really likes it. Oh, okay. Do one of those DIY kits to show people how easy it is? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess. Okay, there we go. I'm not sure if Krelly likes it or just has an unfortunate voice pack. Okay, so anyways, these are our wires. I did not use the right wire for the last one, and I have messed up. And I have made a continual error and lapse in my judgment. Oh well. That's what female-to-female cables are for. That's why female-to-female cables were invented. Messing up? Never. Boom. Alright, so we gotta do this 2 more times. So essentially, we have the following setup. These aren't, like, gloriously soldered. In fact, they're basically as poor as you can do, right? But it should work for the purpose. Essentially, what we are trying to get here is we are trying to make sure that these grounds are all connected. Our far one over here is going to be connected to our microcontroller. And then the other 5 will be connected to what is necessary to drive our station. So yeah, let's go ahead and do this 2 more times. It's hard to beat open box and plug in though. Yeah, it's incredibly easy with an existing kit. I think at one point I do want to make these shot collars compared to electric horse. I mean, it really just depends. Okay. The setup on their software is not just open and plug in. I mean, that's kind of true. But, I mean, it's not like... Okay, it's certainly easier than doing it yourself completely. I would hazard a guess. I would hazard a guess on that. But yeah. Let's see, I think... I'm gonna take a quick drink of some tea. Give me a second. Jane, you say that is probably one of the best software engineers, or software people, though, right? I feel like you're better than the average noodle. Smarter than the average bear, as they would say. Oh, okay. I had another question for you guys. Okay? Okay. My boss looked at me super weird today, which is not anything new. But he looked at me weird today when I said the following statement. So someone kind of, like, misspoke, but I still understood what they meant. So I said the following. I undermeant what you stood. Do you guys understand that? Or was I just, like, completely skitzing? Yes. I undermeant what you stood. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, thank you. You guys are so validating. Thank you. Look into the kit, judge it for yourself. IDK. Oh, you guys are adding me. It's not difficult. Yes, I undermeant you stood. Yeah, I undermeant what you stood. Exactly. It makes perfect sense. Also, as I've said before, Topocato, as I've said before, I'm not even good enough to have imposter syndrome. I'm not even good enough to have it in the first place. It might be seen as something cutesy because it's something girls do. What? I'm not sure about that. Ori Peak Dunning-Kruger. Yes, I'm Peak Dunning-Kruger. I am the worst who've ever existed. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. I also should have done this backwards, and now I have to do this backwards. Good job. Good job, Ori. Good job. I like that my brain just corrects sentences in my head, so I didn't even notice the mistake till I read the message out loud. Gosh darn, I love dyslexia. That's okay. Welcome into the dyslexia. Welcome into the dyslexic crew. As a fellow dyslexic person, I welcome you with open arms. But not open dictionaries. Okay. Let us... Anywho. Let us leave. Should have no issues getting this guy soldered, surely, right? Dyslexia can be pretty convenient sometimes. I don't see how it can ever be convenient. I fail to understand that one. Not the best flow. Okay. Okay. Alright. Next. It's similar how I can write like this and most everyone can read it. Yeah. I think as long as you get like certain placements of letters correct, you are generally able to read that with no issue. I really shouldn't be using red for a ground, but here we are using red for a ground. Like a bad noodle. Okay. We're soldering. Let's see, what else has been going on lately? What else has been going on? I ordered some new emotes, though I'm not sure how long they will take to fulfill. Usually it takes a few weeks at least. Oh my gosh. I need to just burn this? Okay, that's fine. Fortunately, I'm just gonna have to burn this guy for a sec. Did you do anything fun or interesting this weekend? The main thing is also like... Oh. What is your alarm right now, or is your schedule so stable that you don't need a fancy alarm? My schedule is not that stable, but my alarm is currently... Dude, this is gonna sound nerdy. Okay, so I set my alarms. If you guys get the reference, you guys get the reference, and I'm happy that you get the reference. But my alarms are set to 6:06, 7:07, and like variants of that, like 5:05, 9:09, etc. So if you understand the reference, congratulations, you're cool. You're cool, you're. No, I don't do 4 o'clock typically, but yes. So that actually stems back to how long does it take you to get out of bed? That really depends. Are these air codes? No, they are not air codes. They are not anything like they are not anything like Is there anything else? Yes, there is something beyond palindromes. Even if you guys know what it's from, I'm not sure if you guys would Hold on, we'll see if anyone understands before I'll give it like another minute. I'll give it like another minute. There's possibilities. There's a possibility. Turbo nerd reference. Exactly. Oh my gosh, is that the Ready Steady? Welcome in, the Ready Steady. Hopefully you're doing okay. Okay. Get this guy in place. Alright, so it appears no one has gotten it. So it is actually a reference. It is a reference to an anime, of course it is, called Eureka 7. So it's a reference to an anime called Eureka 7, and then the model type numbers were given those like designations. So yeah, that's where that's from. Just a tiny bit of brain damage. As a treat. They vanished. Okay. But yes, that is a reference to Eureka 7. It's a super old anime. I wasn't watching it while it was airing, but like, I saw like reruns of it, I guess, for lack of a better word. Oh my gosh, that's super hot. Okie dokie. I need a male to female this time. Not for this one, but the next one. Did someone say gambling? You certainly did hear that correctly. We are technically gambling. Okay. And again, if you guys are just joining in, what we are currently looking at or trying to do is the following. We are trying to make a Twitch chat controlled slot machine. So we have our little reels here that we are going to control. Chat is going to pay their little channel points for a fake currency, and you guys are going to be able to gamble with it. That's the ideas. So yeah, that's what we are doing. Hopefully not. We'll see though. And what do we win? You'll either win VIP or gifted subs. I'm not sure which. We shall determine. We'll get there when we get there. If it's VIP, probably only one of you guys will be able to get VIP though. This message was sponsored by company name. Nah. Okay. You could make VIP the jackpot. You're right, Ty. We could make VIP the jackpot. If you guys roll like a 999. If a VIP wins, do they lose it? No, we can make, if a VIP gets it, we can just make... No, I should not do that. I should not say that. I should not do that. I was gonna say we could make them a mod, but that seems like a very, 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 very bad idea. You win the privilege of more gambling. Force your VIPs to work as mods. Nah. Conscript them? I'm not gonna conscript VIPs into mods. There's only a few VIPs anyways. I'm pretty sure. Oh, thank you for throwing a fork at my... thank you for throwing a penny at my face for the fork fund. I appreciate it. Thank you for throwing a penny at my face. We love that. So happy for that. So happy for that. If a VIP wins, can you buy a fork? Yes. I will buy a fork. You know, I'll even let you, like... We'll go on Amazon. We'll go on Amazon, and we'll find ourselves a nice little fork. Does she not actually own a fork? Does plastic count? Thank you for throwing a penny at my face. Thank you, Brink, for the 100 bits. That's appreciated. Though the salt emoji, or emote. I guess it's not a emoji. Yeah. No, plastic does not count. I have multiple disposable plastic forks. Buying a fork off of Amazon just seems like overkill. There's no kill like overkill. Oh my gosh, please just work as I want you to work. There we go. Please tell me you don't eat I mean, PTSD cat, I would never do that. I would never do that. I don't eat using utensils because all the food can be eaten by hand. So yeah, we're good. And I'm not wild about this placement, actually. It should be fine. I think that'll be fine. Again, we do want these guys all grounded on each other or all linked to each other. So that is why the solder job is like this. So this is purposeful. I love how every time someone is introduced to the lore, they have an aneurysm. I don't have an aneurysm. Like, I'm not... It's not my fault that you guys don't believe in me, okay? You guys should believe. You guys should believe, and then you too can achieve something, something, something. Not you, Ori, the person being introduced to the lore. I mean, yeah. Some tea. Yeah, guys, you have to believe. I would like you guys to believe in yourselves as much as I believe in my projects, or in our projects. Like, if you guys can believe that hard, you too can have a good time. Life class. Wait, there's not a life skill class. Okay. Get these guys soldered as well. We will have to do one more small bit after soldering this guy. What we are going to have to do, there should be. There's something called a life adjustment. There's something called a life adjustment course that did used to happen, though is no longer the case. Ori, I don't know if anyone told you, but you've been selected to be in a new D&D campaign. I am respectfully going to decline that offer, thank you. I do not have time. A little bad, but that's fine. Ori and D&D would be fun. She hasn't cooked in at least 2 of her apartments. She made a grilled cheese. A life adjustment course sounds like something you'd find in... Oh no, it was like It was to teach you, like... It was to teach you, like, basic skills like balancing a checkbook, how to make a... Like, essentially, like, how to change your car's oil, how to do everything basic. This was a thing in, like, the 1950s? Or 60s, I believe. That honestly sounds useful for a lot of people. Yeah, it would be useful. Oh my gosh, please. Welcome to VTubing. Listen, I'm just a little VTuber, okay? Home ec was still a thing in the 90s. So, I feel like home economics is different, but I suppose I could be wrong about that. You know, I have been around for 380 years. Oh, hello, Dr. Osaka. Welcome in. Also, I'm gonna have to redo this solder joint. So, before... Oh my gosh, this is gonna be bad. Okay, I'm gonna have to redo that solder joint. Well, technically I don't, but I really should. We inhaling soldering fumes today? Hopefully not. I really don't like how much this guy's hanging out. It's technically fine. I'll continue. I'd almost rather just start on a different row, though. Because I know it's going to cause problems for us later. Hold on. Let me see what I can do about that. Okay, so force that guy forward. That's very bad. I should not be doing this. Okay. Ty catching strays. Wait, why are you catching strays? I have like 8 weeks of personal finance as part of my business economy classes in high school. Nice. Oh yeah, they also teach you how to file your taxes and stuff in that class. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty gangster, if I do say so. I'm pretty gangster myself, by the way, guys. I'm not sure if you know, but I'm pretty gangster. I'm at least 3 gangs. That doesn't make sense. We've heard. Exactly. I need to do my taxes. Okay. Oh yeah, I know how our tax system has worked and quite useful in like 5 years since I have had a class the entire time and now it's changed over use. You would pay money to know what Ori's rice test score is? Rice test score? I mean, I like rice, I guess, so pretty high? You guys are so silly. Top silly. Okay, just used your channel points. Can I just not report the money I made on Twitch? I don't want to have to figure that out with taxes. I think if it's below a certain amount, you can. However, I'm not sure if you have exceeded that threshold or not. Alright. I'm looking at these questions and I don't think that test is happening. Okay, if you say so. I've met the legal requirements for me and it's mandatory to report them. Okay, yes. Definitely not a say-so test? Okay, if you say so. And again, we are just soldering some common grounds, and I am having to use perf board as an option instead of... having to use perf board instead of a breadboard due to high amperages. Okay. Okay. But I'm not a tax expert, you're a VTuber. We're all VTubers now. We're all VTubers now. You guys are complicit in my VTuber. In me being a VTuber. Ori, how is it logistically possible to eat one meal a day? You get very used to it. Like, realistically, you get extremely used to it. So, yeah, you just... I find that I have a tendency to overeat. I have a tendency to overeat if I am allowed to eat whenever I want. So by only letting yourself eat once a day, you can only stuff your face so much. And that has been the best diet for me ever. You know, it's pretty flawless logic if I do say so myself. Honestly, Oridas has a plan that's basically extreme intermittent fasting. It's actually fairly normal intermittent fasting. It's called OMAD, 1 meal a day. Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. Again, sorry guys that it's taking me a while to solder. It does just take a while to set all of this up and do it. Okay. Do you guys solder with your mouth open or your mouth closed? We don't talk about that PTSD, Cat. I was under the ocean until, whenever it's no longer controversial to be under the ocean. Open, gotta get those fumes in. Exactly. Again, I go with the, I go with the Minions logic. I go with the Minions logic of how long I was in the ocean for. Just like everything controversial, I was under the ocean for. Minions logic of shouting banana. No, Minions logic of being in Antarctica, except instead of being in Antarctica, I was under the sea. Right. Last little guy. Alright. Can you give us your best minion impression? No, I will not. Thank you for asking, though. I would sooner not. Or have you considered that all the McDonald's doesn't have you eating enough bananas? I don't know why that would matter, Pokemon. Pointer assembly, manage your memory. What if I said please? No. With Malik and with pointers assemble, manage your memory with Malik and free. What? Programmers in C. What are we talking about, dude? Do you take bribes? No. We've gone over this. I don't take bribes. I'm not really bribable because, you know, I kind of have, like, just about everything I could want. Oh, camera battery died. One moment. Let me replace the camera battery real quick. Okay. What about a camera battery that doesn't die? That's a little too difficult. We're never gonna get a hardwired camera. Not until it's a project. What would we even achieve from bribing Worry? Exactly. You could achieve whatever you want from bribing me. Or wait, no. I am unbribable. I am resolute. I stand resolute in my own actions. Wouldn't the project just be plugging in the camera? Yeah, that would be a very long project. I'm gonna estimate that that would take, I would estimate that would take 70 story points. Thank you. I think that's at least a 70 story point story. That's an extra large. Okay. Guys, you know what's a bad feeling? It happened to me today, by the way. Ori, what can I really get bribing you with 2 pieces of cheese and a really shiny penny? I already have 2 pieces of cheese. I need a mail-to-mail for this. Probably gonna need a mail-to-mail. Yeah, we'll start with mail-to-mail. Should be fine. Okay. And now you have a penny too. Yeah, Ponk. But, as I was saying, what's a really bad feeling is when you submit a review. When you submit a review, okay? Linton, this is similar to yours. When you submit a review, okay? You submit a review, and the person who's responsible for approving it approves it in, like, 5 minutes, right? So they approve it in, like, 5 minutes. And you're like, oh, great. 6 minutes later, they disapprove your project. That is a bad feeling. I don't know. It is a bad feeling to, like, give someone false hope. I was misled with false hopes and dreams. This happened again to me today. This was the lead engineer. Yeah. Oh no. Please get out of the islet. Okay, slight issue. Diagnosis skill issue. Okay, so I unfortunately covered up the islet on this guy. Unfortunately covered up the islet on this guy. So I'm either gonna have to use a different row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'll probably just use a different row. Because that will be easier. Let's ask the real question, how much to bribe you to eat a serving of vegetables? You think I can be so easily bought? You think I can be so easily bought to eat green thing? I hate eating green thing unless it's candy. So, no. The answer to that question is no. There is no amount. There is no amount to me that you can buy for me to eat healthily. No amount of food. I mean, no amount of money. What about non-green vegetables? A jar of Velveeta? Okay. Is it bad to say that I kind of just want... Actually, is it bad to say that I've bought, like, I've bought... You know those, like, bricks of Velveeta cheese? Like, how it comes, like, in a big slab container, like a rectangular prism container. Anyone know what I'm talking about? So sometimes when I'm craving cheese, I'll just buy that. And then with my plastic knife, I'll just like slice off little slices of the Velveeta cheese and eat it. Yeah, so I may or may not have experience with Velveeta. Me and Velveeta, we go way back. Yeah, Velveeta also comes in bricks. I accept that as equivalent to jar. That's it? Oh yeah, no. That's fine. Yeah, I would just eat it straight up. I just preferred to eat it straight up. Could have been worse? Exactly. Remember, guys, you can always say the following. It could have been worse. That's what I like to hear. How does every VTuber I find have some story of cursed meals? That's because every person has horrible food crimes. I need to start compiling those. Okay, like, I'm pretty sure we've talked about me making literal omelets or, like, fake omelets using craft singles in the microwave. So, this is hardly a food crime in comparison. I feel like that is actually acceptable. Could have been worse. I could have been involved. Maybe. I don't think so, though. I pan-fry cheese. Ooh, pan-fried sounds good. Let's go ahead and get this guy soldered. Please solder. Gatos. You have to provide Twitch with your diet? Oh. Exactly. What is the worst thing that I've done or eaten? What is the worst thing I've eaten? Hold on, let me think. What was the worst thing I've ever eaten? Plastic ducks? No. When I was a kid, I ate... That sounds so bad. Okay, purposely ate? Guys, are we going with purposely ate or, are we going with purposely ate food or non-purposely ate food? Because I have a different answer depending on which one. Yes, edible. Purposefully. Okay. Purposefully, the worst thing that I've probably eaten is ants. Because someone told me they taste like sweet tarts. And I wanted to see what they taste like. They did not taste like sweet tarts. There's nothing wrong with bugs. I feel like... I don't know. I feel like eating something like that is a little monka. I paid for it and eaten a grasshopper. Okay. Every kid eats ants. I was told it was protein. Okay. I remember that rumor. I also tried them. Okay, okay, so I'm not crazy here. Thank you. Thank you guys for validating me. Did you know the word gullible is written on the circuit board you're holding? Where? I don't see it. Because it just has whatever the row numbers are. Same thing on the back. She's farming again. I would never farm you guys. I would never farm you guys for content. Except for the times that I do. See, this is all part of my, like, misinformation play. See, if I do, like, enough random stuff, you'll never know what's true and what's not. We farm you, you farm us. I know, right? It's a symbiotic relationship. Which, actually... symbiotic relationship is not the correct term. And that's always bothered me. Symbiotic. Yeah, so that's actually not the... That's actually not... It's called... So, symbiotic is when one thing benefits from the other, but the other is not affected in a negative way. And then... But it's commonly used as if both benefit. But mutualism is when they both benefit. So technically it'd be a mutualistic relationship. Oh. How about the bugs, the lollipops, or the mezcal? What's mezcal? Anyways... Are you sure about that? Let me check my high school biology notes. Okay, go for it. I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll wait. Let's see, I need one more, and we're done. Okay. Ow, kind of burned me. That's okay. A little bit of burning's never hurt anyone. Gamba? Yes. Yes, Maple. We do a bit of gambaing here. Also, welcome in, Maple. Hopefully you're doing okay today and are able to stay nice and toasty. No, you're right, at least according to Wikipedia. Ha 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 ha. Yes. Yes. I can't find my high school notes. It's okay. I have a degree in biomedical engineering, and part of the requirements of biomedical engineering is taking quite a bit of biology courses. So luckily, my biology knowledge should be, well, not on point, should be decent. Oh, come on. Okay, there we go. But yeah, that's always bothered me, that symbiotic is not like, what was your favorite bio class? Anatomy and physiology, I guess? Or no. No, what was my favorite? Modern bio? Oh, biomaterials. Biomaterials was my favorite course. Biomaterials is my favorite course, or was my favorite course. which is basically just like biocompatible materials with the human body when implanted. So when used in either dental work or when used in implants, like if you think of like a hip replacement. Because there's like this whole like secondary field about like various like costs and benefits that you get from using different materials. So in biocompatibility, for instance, it just essentially means the reaction that will take place. I'm trying to think of it, Dr. Osaka. It's some composite. It's a titanium and aluminum composite. Or not titanium and aluminum. No, it should be titanium and aluminum. Biocompatible. It should be... I just forget what... titanium 6, aluminum 4. That is the best material. And then also with that... Then also in regards with that, there's also like porosity, which is how you like the surface essentially of the material, and that can encourage bone growth or not encourage bone growth. And in certain patients at certain ages, you would rather have something that's porous versus something that's not porous. So if like you're doing a hip replacement on an 80-year-old, they are not going to be able to like regrow that bone more than likely. So you would use like things that are naturally like a little less porous, and then just go for straight steel. According to Wikipedia, yes, my favorite. How much of what you've learned have been turned obsolete, like the advice, avoid peanuts made allergies worse? I'm sure that a good chunk of it has been. I'm sure that a good chunk of it has been gone. The overlap between implant and aerospace suitability is really cool to me. Yar. Communalism symbiosis. Okay. Can we get a titanium? I believe that's a pretty expensive material. I could be wrong about that, Mobile. You can also just use... I'm pretty sure you can just use stainless steel. 316L stainless steel should be fine for biocompatibility if memory serves. And then fun fact, actually, newer techniques sometimes turn out very bad. Very, 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 very bad. For instance, there's actually a huge controversy. Slash, like, for a lack of a better word, a recall. That if you have two different metals, or two different types of metals for, like, knee replacements, for example, that metal on metal implants are very, 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 very bad. And was actually an oversight in the FDA's process that allowed that to go to market. Which is also interesting, and an interesting side benefit. Both industries benefit from low density, porosity, and high corrosive resistance. Okay, so that is... Did they ignore... Yeah, metal on metal. Yeah. Those implants went really bad. They went really bad really, 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 really quickly. Smile. Anywho. Next. Okay, next let's start just wiring these guys into place. Let us check the wiring diagram. I believe it's the positive ones. Okay, yeah. So if we take a look at the wiring diagram over here. So like, So on pin number 2, pin number 4, and pin number 6, those guys are going to have to be our male to female pins. They should be male to female so they connect directly with our microcontroller, because that's essentially how you'll be driving it. Yeah, that's correct. That's how you'll be driving it. I didn't realize how that I'm reminded pretty quick. Oh, no. It's been a... Yeah. I used to be very interested in, like, implants and stuff. There was a very strong possibility that I would have done something in regards to that. But unfortunately, I just did not find any offers from, like any major medical companies when I graduated. So, ended up doing software. Okay, we got this. Dude, this is gonna take me like the next... nah. I wonder if this is gonna take 1 or 2 more streams. Because, like, it's obviously not gonna... not obviously. But there's a good chance this doesn't get done in this stream, not obviously, but I doubt it'll get done in this stream. Depending on how quickly we can code everything. Oh, that's incorrect. Oh, no, that's correct. Just touch you down. Don't rush yourself, it's only Monday. Yeah, I won't. Again, I generally try. I generally prefer if my projects go for about 3 streams. VTubers either flunked out of school or have a degree in, like, rocket science. I wish I had a degree in rocket science. That'd be super cool. The dichotomy of VTubers. Okay, there we go. Looking good. And then those are going to be connected. So all of our grounds are going to be connected with our device over here. Not this device. Wrong device. This guy. How do you feel about tech implants, like folks who've embedded RFID in their hands? I feel like those people are going to regret their actions very soon in the near future when RFID is no longer used. That is my opinion. Oh, and now we are actually going to be using these. So the entire point of us spending a long time soldering is because we wanted a shared common ground for command and control. So that is why we had to do this. And again, it's because we are running like too high of voltage, for lack of a better word. Or too high of power. And now I'm wondering if that's actually the case. Well, we'll figure it out. That's future us's problem. Okie dokie. Let's get this guy adjusted. But I want to make sure these are all connected. Okay, looking good. I'm not particularly caring about the colors of what I'm plugging in. But we are. And then this guy is going into our ground. Alright, excellent. So that should be all the wires except for the voltage plugged in. So we just need to do that for the other ones, then we'll be good. And then this should also be connected to our stepper. So each individual subsystem should be connected to its stepper. One sec. Let me see if I can show you. By let me see, I know I can show it to you. So yeah, this is the stepper that we'll be using. And no problem, everything is going to be hooked up through this guy. And then we are using a perf board to have it off on the side. Yeah. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do this for a few other boards because we're going to need multiple different spinny guys. So yeah, let's do that. Okay, I need to... You need to find a home, little guy. Oh, and before I forget about it, the soldering station is turned off. The soldering station is officially turned off because we're done soldering today. And I won't have to solder anymore. Yippee. Not that I dislike soldering that much, it just... Dude, it's time consuming. My hot glue gun's not on. This one should be... okay. Gotcha, I look forward to the 3 to 4 people reminding you in the next 2 hours. That's okay. I'd rather them remind me than me forget. And something bad happen. Ori out here actually being safe. I know, right? That's so rare. Dude, that's like, honestly, uncommon Ori W, dude. Uncommon Ori W. Wait, what if we have a floating ground? Oh, we shouldn't, though. Yeah, no, I'm not concerned about that. Okay, next. Dude, what if we go through all this trouble and it doesn't work? Oh darn, here I am doubting myself a little. Yeah, surely. That's the worst that could happen. Alright, and then would you swaggle down? I believe, thank you. I appreciate that you believe in me. I haven't watched many of your streams yet, but until now you're more responsible than a majority. Okay, that's very sad. I feel like, again, I try to be safe, but I often fail in that regard. Then again, have I done anything that's truly risked my health? No, not really. Alright. Have a great night. And then we just need you plugged in. So right now I'm just getting the ground on it plugged in. Give me a moment. Alright. You know, I think this is going to be where we are going to actually end off stream. So, what we are going to do is, who would you guys like to raid today? Who would you guys like to raid tonight? Or today? Anyone in particular? Any suggestions? Ori is live. I am myself. Yes, I am in fact live. For a lack of a better word, I am live. Taco. I raided Taco recently. You? I hope I did not offend Ori. No? No? You're good. Draw Curiosity. That's a name I have not heard. Draw Curiosity. Subnautica. Okay. I think we will raid Otako. I don't see Cha-Cha and Owo Lab is both live. Oh, we haven't raided Owo's Lab in forever. We'll raid Owo. We'll raid Slab. Okay, so I am going to start the raid over. I hope that you guys have a good afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are. I hope you guys are able to sleep nice and soundly and vibe. And thank you guys so much for being here. I will be streaming again on Wednesday. I hope that you guys can be around. If not, that's perfectly okay too. So yeah, see you guys later.